Last year I installed Beamtech LED headlight bulbs into my 2017 Subaru Impreza, and I seriously love these lights. They are the best headlight bulbs I've ever run on any of my cars, so I decided to try these bulbs in my other vehicles. The first one I tried them on was the Nissan Xterra, and if you want to see the video of that, I'll post a link to it up over here. But before having a chance to try out these bulbs, it was time to fly back to Spokane. So quick side note, in case you're wondering, I actually split time living in San Diego, California and Spokane Valley, Washington. So we go back and forth basically every month. Anyway, when I got back to Spokane, I was kind of left in suspense because I wanted to see what the bulbs looked like on the Xterra. And then I realized that the Ranger actually runs the same exact size light bulb. So I decided to try it on the Ranger, and I was very disappointed. But before we get to that, let me show you how to install them. Loosen the lock ring on the headlight housing and slide the bulb out of the housing. Remove the bulb from the wiring harness. Safety note, if you've been driving the car around and you've got halogen bulbs and the lights have been on for a while, make sure to let the bulbs cool so that you don't burn your hand. This is only an issue on the traditional halogen lights and maybe the HIDs, I'm not really sure. The LEDs don't get hot to the touch. Also, if you decide that you might want to reuse the halogen bulbs or keep them as spares, make sure to use gloves because the oils in your hands can actually ruin the glass on these bulbs and it'll cause them to disintegrate. No bueno. If you're just gonna throw the bulb away, then it doesn't matter. Using the provided Allen key, remove the screw securing the lock ring on the bulb, slide the lock ring off, put the headlight housing lock ring on, followed by the bulb lock ring, and replace the Allen screw. Plug the wiring harness into the back of the bulb and reinstall the bulb. The LED is much brighter and in my opinion a whole lot prettier. Repeat the process on the other side. While I had everything apart, I thought I might replace the dingy yellow corner light. The corner lens is held on by a single nut. Remove the nut and pull the corner lens straight out. Twist to remove the bulb. Sadly, the LED bulb wouldn't fit inside the wiring harness. The plug is the right size, but the base of the bulb is too fat and won't plug in, so I just reinstalled the old bulb. While I had the hood open, I also installed a K&N dry charger filter wrap to protect the filter from water and fine dust. The pre-filter wraps over the filter like a pillowcase. Here's a comparison of the halogen bulb on top and the LED bulb on bottom. The LED is clearly brighter and covers a wider area. It also exposes a few imperfections in the headlight lens. Both lights have shadowy areas, but the LED really highlights them. If I only had the Ranger to judge this product, I would be pretty disappointed. I actually delayed posting this video because I wanted to see what the bulbs looked like in the Xterra before posting my final review. It turns out that the quality of headlight lens and the way the lights are aimed make a big difference. For comparison, here's my Xterra on top and the Ranger on bottom. Both use the same size 9007 bulbs. The Xterra doesn't appear as bright, but the distribution of light is much better and more uniform. Here I'm flicking the lights on and off for contrast. Here's the part that bums me out. In my video about the Xterra, I mentioned that the reason why I didn't like the LEDs that had come before was that there was never a really clear distinction between low beam and high beam. It was just kind of this big blob of light. In fact, it was terrible in foggy or snowy conditions when snow was falling down because the light would just hit everything and you wouldn't be able to see anything. That's actually the reason why I went back to halogens on the Xterra, because the halogens were a lot more precise in the way the light was cast down the road. Also in my previous video, I did mention that there is a clear distinction between the low beam and high beam, which I was excited about, but I didn't really get to see very much because it was already kind of light outside, and because it was light outside, I didn't get to see this. What you're seeing is when the high beam is turned on, the low beam is turned off. You can't run both simultaneously. On the Impreza, this is not an issue because there's actually a separate bulb for the low beam and a separate bulb for the high beam. Here's a closer look at the bulb itself. For the low beam, only one section of these LEDs illuminate. For high beam, that section turns off and the other turns on. It would be nice if they both would stay on when you turn on the high beams, but no such luck. Anyway, that's my review of the Beamtech 9007 LED headlight bulb on the Ford Ranger and the Nissan Xterra. Overall, I like the way they look aesthetically, and they are a lot brighter than the halogen, but in overall performance, I'm kind of meh. I want to be able to have my high beam and low beam on at the same time. I don't want to see what's down the road and then lose what's directly in front of me. That's kind of a buzzkill. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with these bulbs yet. I might leave them on. I might try something else. But right now, I'm kind of disappointed. They're kind of not as awesome as they were on the Subaru. I hope you guys found this helpful. Make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new here. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below. And make sure to follow me on Instagram at Stronghold Garage and Ray Regno. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.